Okay, today we're going to be talking about end of month process and what the majority of schools actually use for their end of month process. There are two main reports that you need and require. The very first thing is we're looking at the financial activity report, which is located under reports, finance, financial activity report. This report is actually to do with it is a transaction log of all transactions that occurred between a period. The reason why we need this report is to be able to generate all the new sales that have occurred in a period. When we look at our general ledger, what we want to do is be able to add all new invoices from last time we added any. So in this case, we're going to just do the month of March, and we're going to merge that to Excel. The reason why we're going to merge to Excel is because we've got lots of information there and we want to make it easy to be able to get what information we want rather than go to 4 or 5 other reports. If we go to Excel, we can produce the information we need. So from here, our Excel report has come up and we can go insert pivot table, click OK. While I'm here, just to talk about the general ledger and how you record in your accounting package, what we're actually doing, if I just create over to the left here, a quick general ledger, we have our opening balance. And what we're talking about here is deferred revenue or unearned fees or fees in advance. So let's turn around and say our opening balance at the beginning of the month was $10,000. So then we have a credit and a debit. So in this case, what that opening balance refers to is saying that, hey, we've got money sitting in our bank account that equals about $10,000, but those students haven't started yet. So that's why we call it deferred revenue. Our main focus today is on tuition because you have your 3 types of fees, but I'm not going to go into that today. Okay, so just to get started, what we're doing now is creating a field for new sales on here. So what I did was I clicked on cell A1 from our financial activity report. I went insert pivot table and then clicked OK. What this does is puts all the columns over to the left, over to the right here, and then we can choose what we need. So the main thing that what we're really after is either your fee type or fee category. If you haven't set up your fee categories yet, I highly recommend to do that. But for now, since I'm using a demo database, I'm just doing this. So if we actually go in, we drag the fee type down to rows. We want our fee total. But then we also just want to generate our net value. So there's many things that deduct from that invoice amount. There are things like cancelled, write-offs, discounts, credit other, and student refunds. So once we've created those columns, then we can actually do our formula, which would be equals your invoice total minus all your other fees. And then that gives us our net value for new sales that have occurred. So if I go back to our general ledger, we're going to add that credit in for it. So losing it. Here we go. Special values. So in effect, what we've done now is we've just added all of the new invoices that have come in during the period of last time. So 10,000 is our opening balance for March, and then we have our new sales that have occurred during the month of March. So if we do 10,000 plus our new sales, this means that we've got our deferred revenue underneath or our now new balance of 24,000. So in regards to this, we've now been able to create our new sales. Again, I will mention this is for schools who are basing their new sales off invoices raised during a period, not schools who consider new sales as when the student starts or based off receipts. This is, though you can still use the same report for all of those, you just adjust that sum of invoice total to, for example, sum of received total. Or you add a filter in to look at the start dates. Okay, from here, what we need to do now is create our debit line. And the way you actually do this is we do our revenue report. And this is done with the unearned fees report.